Start? Yep. Okay. Hi everyone. Y'all see all that hot smoke coming from that water? Okay, let me tell y'all what happened. I was uploading my video, but for some reason it erased because I was clearing out some other ones. But I'm doing a coffee challenge, and this is Folgers and lemon juice. 1 spoon of Folgers coffee. Folgers not sponsoring this. Lemon juice people not sponsoring this. And my hot steaming water. Yes, it's really hot. And let's see, lemon juice. One spoon, 2 spoons. Mix it up, make it good. Let's see. Y'all see that? Look like tea to me. Sean, no talking to me. Okay. It's so hot. Real hot. Nasty. As usual. All right. Got my lemon juice and got my coffee and my hot water. 1 cup of hot water. Everyone that don't know. Oh, I'm going to be making my homemade chili today. So if you like to watch that video and make some homemade chili for the hot dogs, just tune in to my chili video. And I hope y'all got to see my fried chicken one, crispy fried chicken. It was delicious. Yes. Okay. My stomach growling. Hope this makes it stop. Let's see what's going on. Like I told you, I had did this video. So I'm drinking my second cup of coffee. I had did this video, and then I was erasing some of the videos off my phone so I could have some more storage. And I accidentally erased it. Oh my God. But what I was talking about was having loves in your life. People that you really be deeply in love with. And I had 3 that I was deeply in love with. The first one was Boo. Not my son. Well, I did love my son, but I wasn't in love with, I'm talking about significant others. Boo was so fun. And he was really a handsome guy, a loving guy. He loved hard. And he, I think he wasn't ready for a real relationship at the time. He wanted to be a little while. I was still young myself, but I wasn't really wanting to be where I was ready to settle down, because at that time when I met Boo, I already had 3 kids. And he named my daughter Red because she used to have a strawberry on her nose. And it was this side. And it was just red strawberry on her nose. So him and his mama used to call her Red. And they loved her. And she was spoiled to him. He was spoiled to her. And he was a good guy. He loved my kids. Loved all 3 of them. because at the time I had three. Um, you would think I would have been in love with our daddies, deeply head over heels with them. I wasn't. I loved them, but I wasn't in love with them the way I was. But when I used to see this dude walking down the street, I used to be like, oh my God. It was like um, magic. Like my body just like used to just crave him. Not like sexually. It was just like, oh my goodness, why do I love this dude so much? I don't know. But I was so in love with him. And it wasn't just his looks. Like I said, he was just so sweet. And but before we started talking, I was like having crushes for him and crushing on him. And I was telling my sister, she was like, girl, that boy too young, you crazy. Cause he was. He was too young for me. But I was really in love with him. Just like not in love with him like that then. I was just loving him and wanting him and craving him. And just really wanted to be with him. So I used to see him walking down the street, like I said, and I would just be like, oh my goodness. I used to be like, what in the world? Um, why am I feeling like this? And he just used to do it for me. But so when we finally did start talking, I was just like kind of shy, like didn't want to go around his mom because I was like, she gonna be like, that girl already got 3 kids. Boy, you don't need that girl. She too old for you. So um, it was just weird, like. Um, but then it was like when he realized, like he started noticing me because I think I noticed him first. When he seen me, it was probably like that's Charles' no sister. I didn't think about her like that. But once he did, he was just head over heels with me too because I was his first real love, his first relationship. And we used to do a lot of stuff together. We used to wear clothes alike, and um, like I said, he spent a lot of time with me and the kids. And then what had happened was we was together, but he used to flirt with a lot of girls, and people used to come back and tell me, and I just wasn't in the mood for sharing and didn't want to deal with that. So he would do it all the time, and I would be so mad at him, and I'd be like, oh, I just can't deal with this. You too young, and you want to be out here flirting, and I ain't got time for it. So when he would do that, I would be like revenge, and I would mess with my daughter's daddy, and which I shouldn't have, because it wasn't even worth it. And I wound up losing a good guy behind. And he I guess he just got to the point where he didn't want to deal with my boy no more. And I didn't want to deal with his, so we kinda when I separate ways he started messing with this girl. I wanted to beat her up after I had my son. And I was just so in love with this boy, and it was so hard for me to shake it. And I was just like, how can I get over him so I can go on with my life? Because he didn't went on with his. So I need to go on with my life and not have a crush on somebody that is not into me like he was, because he wanted to be wild, do him, and I guess he's tired of me. So I just decided that I was just gonna let him go and go on with my life. But he was still in my heart. I still thought about him all the time and craved him all the time. But he just wouldn't really give me a chance. And then here he was one time, we was gonna get back together, but my sister came and I don't know, everything just went left. So we just never did hook back up. And I don't know why. But it was just like I was still in love with him. His brother passed. And his brother used to always tell me that my son was his. And I was like, no, he's not. And he was like, yes, he is. I was like, no, he's not. And he was like, well, I believe he is. I was like, no, he's not. He is my daughter's daddy's son. And that just kind of like messed me up a little bit with relationships. So I kind of was by myself for a while. And I would mess back and forth with my daughter and son's dad, which I regret after a while because I deserved better and I deserved to love me more. And I didn't know my worth. I didn't know how to really love me. I just thought I loved myself, but I didn't. And once I realized that I didn't, which was years and years later, I was telling my sister that I still love me some bow-legged buck. And then she was like, you don't love him. You love the old boo. You don't even know the new boo. Years and years passed and you don't love him. And I'm like, what you mean? How you gonna tell me who I love? And I come to think, I was like, my sister's right. Because I don't know what boo turned out to be or what lifestyle he, picked or chose. And he'd have had different women after me, so he was tainted. He wasn't the same person anymore. Plus, I broke his heart. So he just was determined he wasn't going to go back that route with me. So I had to let him go and love me and found new love. So when I finally did find new love, it was with my first husband. And I was so in love with that dude. I was just like, oh, I thought I had love the first time. This is really love. And then he was younger than me too. And he wanted to sow his wild oats. So I was just like, and I was in church. So I just felt like when God's ready for us to be together, we're going to be together because he's my husband. And I used to be like, my husband this, and my husband that, my husband. And my best friend said, do he got a name? I think he got a name. But I would never use, always saying my husband. And my husband was Chuck. And I really loved that dude. I was so in love with him. And I didn't care. I just wanted him in my life. And regardless, I still should have known my worth. And I should have known that I deserved better. And Chuck wasn't ready to be the better that I needed at that time. And I was just so more mature, I guess, than the dudes that I was picking. Of course, they was like a few years younger than me because I was cougar. But I feel like I was pretty much a cougar all my life. I had a couple guys that was my age. One guy that was way older than me. And I didn't like it. I just felt like I needed a younger guy because they understood me more, and they not that they really understood me more, that they brought the energy to the table like I needed. Because I felt like the dudes my age, they thought they knew more than me. And they just wild too. They were wild. But I don't know. I just fell in love with who I fell in love with. I didn't ask the age, especially Chuck. Oh my God, I did not ask that dude's age. I thought he was 23 because he was coming in the store and he was buying beer and buying cigarettes. And I'm like, oh, they selling beer and cigarettes. Then he should be of age because I'm quite sure they didn't card him because it's the manager and it's the other people. I ain't saying no names, you know. Oh yeah, but they were selling them stuff illegal, and I didn't know. I thought they were that age, and he had all the little mustache stuff, little beard going on. I was like, oh my God. But yeah. So I was in love with him, and I not gonna go out into details about him, but he was my boo, my baby. And I felt like we were good. That's my youngest son's dad. But he loved all the kids like they were his. And that's one reason why I love him so much, because he loved my children. And they thought he was so cool. And they didn't realize his age either. Oh, until they were all older. And they were like, I didn't know he was that age. And Mom, what was you thinking about? I mean, he was just young. Not a kid, but young. When I found out his age, I was just too shocked. This coffee is so hot. Excuse me. And it's so nasty and it kind of went the wrong way. Whew. But you know what? I wouldn't regret it. I don't regret it. I wouldn't change it because that's me changing my child, you know, our youngest son. And that's me robbing my kids from having that father figure that they needed to be around permanently. And not saying our daddies wasn't in our life, but not enough. Wasn't like living in, you know. So they had a stepfather that lived in and took good care of them. And I always say, you wasn't a good husband at times, but you was the best daddy for my children. And I loved you for that. I'm going to get this child because she's supposed to be upstairs and she just don't listen. I don't want to make this video so long, but Chuck died and we weren't together at the time. But I still always love him, and he will always have that place in my heart because, like I said, he loved my children. We went to church together. We were deacons in the church, and we were just pretty much living a good life. But it came to an end. We divorced, and when I'm gonna tell you how I know I love this dude so much. When we got a divorce, I cried. Like, it just felt like something just ripped inside my heart. I just cried. I could not believe it, that we were finally there. And I told the girl that he was with, that he cheated, one of the girls he cheated on me with. I told her, I said, He gonna always love me, and the only reason why he with you is because I don't want to be with him no more. And her friend told her, well, I believe she's telling you the truth. And so she took all this stuff and she put it on my porch. I wanted to beat her up so bad one time. I told her to come to my house. My sister's house. My sister wasn't there, but I was over there, and I wanted to meet her outside my sister's house. I was sitting out there waiting on my sister to get out, to come home. I don't know where she was, but she wasn't at home. Nobody was there at that time, but I was out in front of her house, and I was telling the girl to meet me there. I was like, ain't nobody here but me. Come on. It's just going to be me and you. She did not show up. She did all that talking like she was, but she didn't. Then I went up seeing her at her job. She acted like she was so scared. But I was like, I'm beyond that now. I'm not going to fight you. I don't want no record. And I was doing daycare, so I was state licensed. I couldn't be out here fighting like that. And it wasn't worth it. Because at the end, a guy, they're going to be with who they want to be with. And I wasn't fighting over him. I was just fighting because she called my phone running her mouth. And I'm like, chick, look. If I want him, he'll be here with me. You just got him because I don't want him no more. And I just felt like that's the truth. But I was beginning to love me more and know who I was. And it's sad that it took so long, but it was what it was. And I love me more, but I should have loved me more, like really been in love with myself, to where I wouldn't let no guy hurt me, and I wouldn't take no junk off a lot of people. And I knew my worth. That's what. Please, young ladies and men, know your worth. Know what you're worth. And don't let nobody tell you you're not worth what you know you're worth. Because you're kings and queens. You're children of God. You're God's children. So please know your worth. Yeah, wish I would have known my worth back in the day. I really do. Especially when I was 16 with my booming shape, looking all good and all fly. Should have kept that body. Yes, kept it tight and right. I'm going to get back tight and right. Yeah. And I'm going to have my Mr. Right. Yep. But right now, my Mr. Right is God. It's me and God. I do have a love in my life, but we're not together right now. But it is what it is. And I'm celibate. And I will be that way. Oh, that's nasty. Whew. You know how stuff supposed to be good to the last drop? That is not. What I want y'all to do, like this video, give me a thumbs up, and share, and subscribe. Please. I'm still a November girl in December.